Well, Mark, Courtney, even if this is a glancing blow, as a good reminder here, as the temperatures drop, a growing number of people are facing this winter without heat or hot water.
And in some cases, their landlords are still collecting their rent, but delaying much needed repairs on critical utilities. Our 5 on Your Side investigator Joe Pakanakis is going in depth for us tonight on what options these renters have. He joins us live. Hey, Joe.
Courtney, Rob, if the heat, hot water, or other crucial utilities at your rental unit have been out for more than a week, Legal Aid Society says you should not withhold the rent on your own. Instead, you should take the proper legal steps as soon as possible.
I don't know what else to do. I've made every phone call. I've called the manager several times, emailed him, no response.
Cindy Kinsey has had no heat here in her Cleveland apartment unit for several weeks. She's now using space heaters, blankets, and plastic over windows and doors to contend with dropping temperatures so she can keep her 9-month-old granddaughter warm. She says since early November, her landlord has been promising to repair the furnace and gas meter, which she says triggered a potentially hazardous leak.
I ran out of the house immediately. It was gas in the hallway. I didn't even make it into my home. I was so scared.
This is the red tag we were tagged with back in June.
Many of the same issues for Betty Brown, a broken hot water tank and furnace, and 3 months of broken promises by her landlord to repair 24 code violations at her Cleveland rental home.
It's too cold. Like it's gonna start snowing really bad soon, and it's gonna be freezing in here.
Betty is using a series of space heaters, trying to keep her 3 children ages 7, 6, and 1 clean and warm.
I have to boil 3 pots just to wash my kids up, like to bird bathe them for school. And then I boil water just so we can wash our hands after we use the toilet.
They are not allowed to shut off heat simply because someone has not paid the rent.
The Legal Aid Society of Cleveland says tenants in the city with heating issues should contact a Cleveland Housing Court specialist or legal aid if their landlord isn't responding. They should send a written notice to their landlord, and they can set up a rent escrow account with the court if the landlord doesn't make heating repairs in a timely manner.
In the winter, a few days is probably reasonable if the landlord is not making any steps to get that fixed. And then they can deposit their rent with the court.
And we're not naming the 2 landlords involved in this case. We're going to give them another week to make the needed heating repairs. Meanwhile, Legal Aid says if you live in another Northeast Ohio county, you should contact your building department or city health department to get inspectors out there to help officiate those needed heating repairs. Rob, Courtney, it is getting cold out here.
It sure is, and no one should have to live like that. Thanks so much for the advice. We appreciate it, Joe.